Good morning, and welcome to another Writer's Morning Commute with Ashton Gaskill. This last weekend, Netflix's series... Actually, I don't know if it was... Anyways, Netflix's series Mindhunters released either this last weekend or the weekend before, which is a show about FBI agents who, during the 70s, when all these serial killers were starting up, and society just wasn't ready for them. As the show presents it, at least. I'm not sure exactly how accurate it was to history, but the idea is that before this point, murderers always had more of a reason. They had means, motive, opportunity, whereas all of a sudden they had this string of serial killers who were killing for more psychological reasons rather than immediate emotional or like they aren't just killing out of, because they were a spurned lover or they caught their, spouse cheating or something, but they were killing because they needed to feel power over women in general, something like that. All that aside, my wife and I started watching that show. We watched the first episode, and after the first episode, we weren't really sure how we felt about it. We both kind of agreed that it had some issues, and it hadn't really gripped us as we were hoping it would. I had seen the trailer for the show, and I thought it looked really good, and I was really surprised at how not enjoyable I found the first episode to be. And we almost turned it off halfway through. We debated whether or not we should even bother with the second episode, but we eventually decided to watch the second episode, and with the second episode, we really liked it. And started to like it more, and watch the next few episodes over the weekend. So we're up to we finished episode 4. Also, a week or two ago, I finished my rewatch of the Death Note anime, and was looking for something else to watch. I had heard a lot of good things about the new, or at least newer, anime, My Hero Academia, which is a show about superheroes in training in high school. And I'd heard a lot about, how great the characters were and that kind of thing, so I thought I'd give it a try. And it was a really good show. Like, emotionally and character-wise, it really grabbed me. But one thing that just drove me crazy was how it took us like 4 episodes to get to the school itself, and then I think it was the 5th episode, they still tried to trick us into thinking that the main character wasn't going to get into the school. So we have these... we know it's a show about superhero high school, but there's been 2 episodes wondering, oh no, is the main character going to have a superpower? Well, of course he is. He's going to superhero high school. And then we have, oh no, is he going to get into the high school? Of course he is. It's a show about superhero high school. And then, like I said, they once again try to go, oh no, is he going to get expelled from superhero high school on the first day? Of course not. It's a show about superhero high school. And it all just kind of drove me a little crazy. And the issue is basically the same thing that was bugging me about Mindhunter, which is people start books, start watching shows, start stories, almost always with a concept of what the story is about. they know the premise. They've watched the trailer, they've seen commercials, they read the back of the book, a friend explained it to them. Like, most people don't just randomly pick up a book and start reading. It happens sometimes, but it's not the majority. So the vast majority of your audience is going to know the premise of your story. And one thing I find a lot of new writers have trouble with, they study 3-act structure a little bit, and they see that the first quarter of the book is supposed to be the going into the new world, and they think that's where the story is supposed to start. That's where the premise is supposed to start. Or they see the inciting incident, and they say, oh, that's the thing that sets everything else off. That's the point where the premise should start. No. The premise of the story needs to start as soon as possible. There is a difference between the premise and the core emotional arc of the story. The premise and the actual arc of the story are two different things. And it takes a while for us to get invested and to get that arc going, because we have to care about the characters, we have to understand the world, so on and so forth, before we really get invested and those arc payoffs, arc beats can pay off. The premise, though, if you have something cool, like talking to serial killers, you shouldn't push that off to the second episode. If you have something cool, like superhero high school, you shouldn't be toying with us for 5 episodes, saying, oh, is it going to happen? People pick up the show, or story, or book, whatever, because they want that premise. I'm not saying that there's never reasons to wait a little bit, but you should really try to give it to the audience as quickly as possible, because that's what they want. And if you hold out too long, they're going to get bored and give up. Thank you for writing with me. I had a great time. I hope you have a great day.